Hello and welcome to Mondays with Melissa. Last week we spoke about last will and testament. So today I thought it might be helpful to talk about some vocabulary that you might see in a will and you may not understand. First and foremost is the word executor. Your executor is the person who handles your estate after you pass away. The person who petitions the court to have your will probated, the person who's given the authority to handle everything in your estate. That's going to be a trusted individual, perhaps maybe the same person you chose as your power of attorney for during your lifetime. Another word you may see is beneficiary. Beneficiary is the person who's going to receive assets under your will. So when you prepare your last will and testament, you can say who you want to leave your assets to, and those people would be your beneficiaries. Sometimes you'll see the word issue. Issue refers to your children, your descendants, the people underneath you in the family tree. Those are the people who sometimes are listed in a will as your beneficiaries. So it may say, I leave everything to my issue. That's who your issue is. Another term that nobody ever knows is a Latin term, per stirpes. Per stirpes is really basically just means if one of your children predecease you, their share would go down to their children, and so on and so forth. Sometimes you'll see the word successor executor, or you'll see co-executor. A successor executor is a second person in line. So if the first person you name as executor cannot handle the work, or if they predecease you, or if they're not well, your successor executor will step up and take over. A co-executor is actually a person who works with the other co-executor. Sometimes people will have more than two co-executors. We don't typically recommend that because sometimes it can get difficult to work with more than two people, but a lot of times people will have co-executors. I highly recommend that if you have a last will and testament, you take a look at it and reach out with any questions you have about wording, about what things mean, what things say, because many times the language in a last will and testament can be confusing. And it's important that you make sure that you understand and know exactly what your will says. Thank you for joining me today. Tune in every Monday, and if you have a question, please leave it in the comments.